I've had a bread explosion.
I think our bread's ready, huh?
We just got off of our live and I opened the oven and it's like coming out everywhere.
Well, it truly looked like a bomb blew up in this kitchen, doesn't it? So let's talk about what have you done over here? Oh my gosh.
Well, I think you got some of it on the last.
I didn't do that.
On the last video, that has been just baking bread all day to try to. Well, these loaves are probably destroyed. Try to catch up for school. I've been making cinnamon rolls for a cheap breakfast.
Homemade cinnamon rolls. They're so yummy.
Those are. Just to try to get the freezer stocked up.
So are these sourdough? Are these yeast?
No,
are
these are
white?
all just regularly yeast. I have sourdough that I'll do, but the process is so long, and I was trying to do quick so I could get the freezer stocked, even though it took 2 days to make all of it.
So we've got all this bread, 4 and then 6 of those, and then 4 more, 4 more, 4 more, 4 more, 2 more over here. So it's about 18 loaves of bread. Talking about prepping. That's pretty amazing, huh?
I'm just glad it's stomach. My feet are tired.
Your buns are tired from making buns, huh?
My feet are tired.
So, today is going to be more just, we got to do some maintenance, cut some grass, and move some pigs as we get ready. We're actually going to start splitting the pigs off. We're going to take the 2 babies off the mama, and then also try to split the 3 males off too. That's going to be harder. We've done that before. But it just was hard, so we just put them all together because they kept getting out. So we got to figure that out. We're going to try to do that this morning too. Just had a great breakfast with our family. I challenge you, if anything that you got a homesteading or farming or being a family, we try to eat every meal together at a table with no TV on, no kind of distractions, together. That is something we do daily. We actually do at least 2 meals, even when I'm working. I come home either for breakfast or lunch to be able to spend that time with my family. I'd say 80% of the time we actually get 3 meals together as a family. 100% of the time we at least get 2 meals a day with our family. So I challenge you, if you're not doing that, sit down with your family, eat every chance you get. That's the word for the day, I think. Let's get started. Always good to get shipments, things that we needed. So we were needing to kind of just clean up some bee operation stuff, so we had to buy a good bit of stuff from Man Lake. The other day, we make some stuff, but then like some of the foundations we don't make. And then this big Premier One box. Man, it's good to see this box. We've been looking for more hog nets, more poultry nets. For our poultry nets, we use for our poultry, and then we use for our sheep. But then also we use for our turkey. I mean, we use it for everything. So I needed to kind of make more room for the turkeys and give them a bigger spot, and the ducks, kind of what we call the permaculture chickens too. And actually, I mean, we're supposed to split off our pigs, and of course our pigs are supposed to have piglets within the next month or so, so we needed to just kind of get this kind of stuff done. So I've got this one. I think I got 2, I don't know if I got 2 hog nets or 2 chicken nets. Let me see. So here's 1 hog net here. We get the feral hog net. You can see that. That's what you need. That's the beefed up Premier One hog net. Okay, good hog net. Good. All right, and just 1 chicken. That's good. That's all I really needed. So we have 1 little girl who's really starting to swell, which means that she's very close to having her piglets probably in the next few weeks. So that's what we want. That's a good thing. She's a big girl. And then the boy who's fixing to go to slaughter, he needs to kind of get out of this area too, just because we're fixing to have him go to butcher. So actually we're going to butcher him as soon as we get the the cow back from, butcher Ike. So we got a lot of transition happening. So we got this net already over here. Aiden, before we let them out in that net, let's go ahead and set up the other net next to it, and that way it'll be ready to go. So let's do that right quick. All right, guys, so we've got, this was the net we set up last week. That's the one that they were originally going in as a group, because this is where they're at, you remember? All together. So now, with the 2 new nets, we've set them up here. We've got this open, so that's why it's showing as low, but we got the whole net set up here. So basically, we're going to double our force capacity and making sure that they can do some more disking and tilling under here to keep the grass down, because really, almost like the sheep, they almost can't keep up. We're almost going to have to bush hog some of this random weed if we can't get them moving a little bit quicker. But with us having more pigs coming, with the piglets, I think that'll help kind of work its way out over the next few weeks and months. But what we're going to try to do, keyword with pigs, they're used to doing one thing. They're repetitious, just like any other animal on the farm. So what we're going to try to do, though, is split the boys off from the girls. Easier said than done, but we're going to try and see if we can do that. And then that way, when one of these pigs have piglets, we'll be able to then put them in a smaller net and put them back in the permanent fencing, back in the barn. So that's what we've been trying to do, is that way piglets are not running around with other pigs and get stepped on or anything like that. So we've got 6 total pig nets now. I'd like to upgrade about 2 more and give us 8, and that would give us 2 single nets for the mamas when they have piglets. Because when we move them back out of that permanent barn, if we don't move them out of the permanent barn or put them in the permanent barn, or if we put them out here in the forest, they need their own personal net. So we're trying to think ahead and make sure we're planning all this out. Aiden's going to get the other charger from the sheep. We decided to go ahead and try to split them. That was not, at first, just like I said just a second ago, I thought we were just going to wait and maybe get it ready and then split them later on this week. But after seeing her looking as pregnant as she does, I mean, she's actually swelling a little bit, which is normal for a pig to have piglets. So she's swelling, and then the boy is getting big, and the other 2 boys are right behind them, and the 2 little piglets are boys. I just need to go and split them. So it's going to be a challenging thing to split them, because last time we did this, it was hard because they were so used to moving behind each other. So let's see what happens. You ready?
Not really.
All right, so what we're going to try to do, split the males, the females, and babies. So we've got 3 nets to get all these pigs in. I guess wherever they get is how we're going to leave them, huh?
I guess.
All right, so there's the girl, and that's the girl, and then that's the boy, that's the boy, that's the boy, and then the mama. Okay, all right, let's get them moved over right quick. Okay, at first it was a little stressful, because everybody wanted to follow everybody, but actually it ended up working a little bit easier. I thought it was going to take a little bit. Once it started off bad, I was like, oh, this would take forever to get done, but it actually didn't. We actually just picked up the 2 little piglet boys and brought them here. So all we got left to do is actually bring water here for them, which we got to have another hose, story of our life, and get this net up where they were. So because we already had water to the girls, remember, we fill them up a time ahead of time. So we got the boys in here, the big boy George, this one right here, right there. That one is the one that we're actually taking to processing next week, or 2 weeks, excuse me. The one behind him and the one over here will be 3 months away, and that's the ones we're going to try to do completely on farm. Then we have the 2 boys behind us, which is George and Peppa's baby. One is a boar, uncut, still intact right here. We'll grow him up for the next stock, because again, we're a sustainable farm, so we look for next stock always. We always want not only one boar, but we want one coming up to take his place. And then the one behind him is our cut American guinea hog, for the taste of American guinea hog. So he'll have still about another year to grow, because they're slow growers. So he'll be a while off from his butcher. But he needs to go over here. They need to get off their mama, because their mama should have babies in late September or so. Now the girls here, the pink girls, should be having babies. Actually, let's see. This one here is swollen up pretty good. So I'm thinking she may be closer than we think. Well, I was thinking late August. It actually might be a little bit closer to the middle of August or 1st of August. So the other one's not showing yet, and of course Peppa's not either. So all right, that's done. So let's get, Aiden is finishing up over there, and now I think he's playing. Are you playing? I know, we need to clear them all off. So anyways, we got the 2 chargers done. Let's move these nets, and then let's move the water, and we'll be done with pigs for right now until till later when we feed them again. We've been feeding the boys really about 2 helpings a day. And also we'll bring their skim. We haven't brought skim out for the day yet, or the food scraps, because we'll eat them for the day. So we'll probably be able to put a little bit more feed to them now, just because we need to get them growing up. Again, we're using a high quality grain, so they're getting natural forage, they're getting our grass-fed milk and non-GMO milk, and then they're also getting good quality grains. So I'm hoping that'll help them kind of beef on up a little bit, or pig on up. What would you say? Because you're not saying you want to get beefy, you want to get piggy, I guess. This is what you call a good field. They're not supposed to be in here, but they ran in here because they knew this field is phenomenal. Look how high that grass is. Hey, buddy. That grass is doing well. And see, this is what I was telling you about. This is what we like. So we don't use any kind of synthetic fertilization. So we use our manure that we then harrow and mow behind to spread that manure. But look at this. See how this bahia has seed heads right there? They're not going to eat some of these seed head bahia because it's too mature. So what they don't eat, they'll trample, and then they'll scatter the seed. So this then is making this ground get so much thicker. It's great thought. It's a great way of utilizing the cow, because they're spreading the seed again, either through the manure or by trampling or by not eating it. Come on, girls, we gotta get out of here. They were not supposed to be in this paddock yet, but they had a free run to it, so they came. Come on, girls.